All right, what's up, everybody? Good morning and welcome to this Wednesday morning call. We've got a cool one planned for you today because we are going to do guys versus girls for an objection battle. So go ahead in the WhatsApp chat, pick who you're rooting for. All right, ladies, are you working to crush the men today? Or men, are we finally going to take home a trophy? We get beat up a lot by the ladies here at FFA. They seem to always crush us in production, but maybe today will be the day that we take home a victory. So we will see. It's going to be a tough matchup because we have Jody and Stephanie versus Doug and Justin. And then we've got none other than Miss Joni Thompson coming in. She's going to ask the questions. She's going to be the one to give the objections, as she is the former agent of the year back-to-back years. So who better to ask some objections than the queen herself, Joni Thompson? And then check it out. I'm not even going to be the one to pick. I might give you guys some critiquing here, but we've got Judge K coming in and she's going to lay the hammer down. So I'm going to add you guys all to the live feed here in just a minute. And we're going to kick this call off. Bear with me. Totally lost my voice. So I'm going to try my best to work through today's call. But February 8th is the new date for the holiday party. Unfortunately, we had to reschedule it. It was this weekend, but it's moved to February 8th. All right. Hopefully, there's not going to be any crazy weather going on in February. So mark that on your guys' calendars. And without further ado, let's add everybody in here. So we got Doug Taylor coming in live. Doug's ready to go. He's got his war face on today. we got Judge K coming in. What's up, Kay?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. We've got Jody coming in. There she is. We've got Stephanie coming in. We got Joni coming in. And let me find Justin. There's Justin. All right. We got everybody here. So, guys, what's it going to be? Doug and Justin, are y'all going to take one home for us today? What do you think?
Oh, let's knock something over.
We're definitely going to.
Yeah.
Think you're going to win? What about you? Jody, Stephanie, what do you guys got to say for that?
We got this.
We got this. Ladies are going to kill it.
There you go. Hey, let's go to our judge, Judge K. Any tips? Any tips for these guys? Like, what are you looking for here?
Confidence. Confident in what you're saying and the ability to tell a client, because clients need to be told what to do. They take more action when you're authoritative and you're confident. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for, but I don't think any of you are. So I'm excited to see all of you.
Love it. Looking for the confidence. What about you, Joni? Give them an idea. How hard are these objections going to be?
Well, considering I got this about 6 minutes ago, and I thought,
hey, that's a lot of preparation, right? You know, I always like putting you on the spot.
Right? I thought you were going to send me those objections you wanted me to ask. All of a sudden, I was like, oh man, I got to think of these on my own. So
hey, I can step in. I can help you out too if we go over these.
No worries. We'll see how it goes. So
there we go. Awesome. All right. Well, hey, for us to see who goes first, I'm going to leave it up to the ladies. We always got to go ladies first. So, Jody, do you guys want to go first or do you want to go second? Second. All right. Men are up. So we're going to go to Justin, right? We're going to put Justin on the hot seat first. So the way it's going to work, guys, Joni's going to give you guys an objection, okay? And then you each get to rebuttal it. Now, the objection might be a little bit different, right? So a guy gets one, girl gets one. But whoever beats that specific objection the best, Kay's going to say who won, all right? And then I'm going to give you guys a point. And whoever has the most points at the end wins, all right? So, Justin, you're up first. Joni, what's the first objection you got for him?
All right. So first objection is you're in a presentation. You've gone over everything through the presentation. You've explained the different types of insurance. You've gone over what a term policy looks like, what a whole life policy looks like. You find out that they have a term policy. They are only 65 years old, and the term policy expires when they are 90. And so they just don't see any reason to get a new policy. They've got a term policy. They're covered till 90. I'm good. Why am I going to spend more money on something with less coverage?
Good
That's a
one.
good one.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks.
6 minutes was plenty of preparation time for you, Joni. That was perfect.
That's good.
All right, Justin, what do you got? How you going to beat that term objection?
All right. So, hey, Joni, I know that you have a term, which is excellent because I love having couples with terms. So the benefit of having the term and then also having a whole life with it is it gives it the redundancy. That way we don't have to find coverage when you do outlive your term. So that term probably is going to be a renewable term also. So usually around every 5 years, it usually goes up in price.
Yeah, no, but mine has never changed in price. They told me it was not going to change. It's good till 90. It's not going to change.
It's all right. Well, we're just going to call them up real quick. We're just going to verify that because I don't want any surprises for you later on. And then we'll also get you the quote for the whole life, and we'll just go from there.
Okay, we can do that at least.
All right, that's solid. That's a tough objection. That's a tough one. All right, let's go to Stephanie next. So, Joni, you can give her similar, different objection, whatever one you want to give, and let's see how she comes back to it.
Can it be the same? I'd like to hear the same.
Yeah, go for it.
Is that all right? Do you want me to
Yep.
repeat it, Stephanie, or do you got it?
No, I got it.
Okay.
So I understand, Miss Betty, but I think let's call the company and just find out exactly what you have, because it will go up every 5 years. We can get you in a whole life that is just enough for your burial or cremation. That way you're set with that if you decide to keep this one. But I mean, that's our best bet. Let's just call them and see what exactly you have.
All right, but I just don't understand. I mean, I've got $50,000 in coverage until I'm 90 years old. Why would I pay the same amount for $15,000 with a whole life policy? I don't understand how that's beneficial.
Well, Miss Betty, you're living older than 90 because your family has a long lifespan. So, I mean, and then once you get 90, we're not going to be able to insure you anymore. So it's best to get locked in something right now at your age.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we can just call.
Strong. All right, Judge K.
That was
what do
really
you think?
strong. That was really good. I'm a girl's girl, but Justin, you got this one.
All right, Justin's got the point for the men. We're one step
was so
closer.
smooth in the turnover. Where okay, I understand, but still, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna call the carrier. That was awesome, Justin.
That was
telling
good.
them what to do.
Hey, you guys both crushed it. So
Yeah,
Judge
you
K,
did, Stephanie. You're awesome.
It's so
Judge
hard
K
to
has
see
ruled.
yourself.
We got 1 point for the men. Hey, check it out. So if I was gonna beat that objection, I've actually ran into that same situation, Joni. They took out a plan. It was renewable to 90, but it never increased in price. I'd never seen any term like it. Every 5 years, it stays the same. It was an old plan they sold in like the 80s. And the way I pivoted to it, sometimes people are just deadlocked. Like they're not switching it, right? And so if you try to pressure them to switch it, they won't. And so instead, I glorify it, right? I'm like, hey, Miss Betty, look, I'm so glad you locked that in. You're one of the lucky ones that has this term plan that's actually not going up on you. But check it out. That thing's probably pretty inexpensive for you to have, right? And she's going to say, well, yeah, it's $25 a month. I've had it for 40 years. Awesome. Well, look at that plan like a legacy. That's going to leave that big chunk of money to your beneficiary. But we need to go ahead and make sure you have a dedicated burial or cremation plan that does not come out of that $50K to your beneficiary, because your goal for that $50K was to leave it behind for your daughter, right? It was. Okay, perfect. So here's 10, 15, and 20,000. If you want to have enough to cover a burial, I really would recommend closer to 20,000 since you're still really, really young. It's only $50 a month. Do you think you could swing that? Right? So sometimes, guys, rather than jumping into replacing those terms, if it's within their budget, you might want to just add to it. Right. And then I like to, when I deliver the plan, circle back around to that one and say, hey, we should really talk more about this term that you have. Right. You're really healthy. So just something to think about. But I love that objection. to kick off the call. We've got 1 for the men, 0 for the ladies. Let's see if Jody could take it home. So Jody, you get to go first. Joni, what's the objection you got for her?
Oh.
Sister to sister. She's going to be either really hard on you or really easy.
Oh goodness, let's see. Oh man. Okay, so this one is just going to be where it's right after the holidays. You are talking to somebody. They don't have insurance. They've told you that they need insurance. You know, you've established a need of coverage, but it is just not important to them right now. They have got so many bills going on. They have nothing, almost nothing left in their budget every month. It's right after the holidays, and they can't even think about adding another bill to their budget right now. And you know, I need you to come back like this summer or something. Maybe things will be better.
Yeah, I totally understand. I mean, we have to live our life. You know, this is something that's so important to be able to leave to our families. And if it's something that's super important to you, I really want to make sure that we can get you approved and see how we can move forward. And also, you get about, depending on which carrier it is, they'll give us about 30 days for you to really, to really look at it and understand what this is for. Because you said how important it is to you and your family. Like, what would your family do next week if you died? What really would they have to do? What would they have to come together? Would they have to ask for loans? Would they have to go on Facebook? Would they have to do the what is it called? The whatever it is for your, sorry, I'm blanking. Yeah. And it's like, I really want you to understand that if you don't have this in place, they're really going to have to like struggle. And could you really, let's look at what your budget is. This is really all about what your budget is. Your budget is the main concern here, and we can get you something. Something is better than nothing, and we can always add on later when you feel more comfortable with what your budget is. But let's look at what you qualify for, and we'll just make sure we can get something in place for you.
All right. I mean, I think all I can really afford, I mean, after I buy my cigarettes and I pay my cable bill and and I got to get my liquor every week and all that. I mean, all that's really important. I can't live without it, but I mean, I might have maybe $20, $30 left over. I mean, do you think you could have something for that?
Yeah, definitely. Like I can help anyone. I really want you to know that I'm here for you and really to really help your family. Even if you can only get $1,000 worth of coverage, that is something. It is something that your family will not have to come up with. Let's see if you can get approved for it.
All right. Let's see.
It's going to be tough to follow. I would not want to be in Doug's shoes right now.
To be honest, I mean, basically, Jody already said everything that I would say. So I really don't know how to. But go ahead. We'll give that a try. I mean, is it the same one, Joni?
You can do a different one.
I like same ones because I like to hear the
apples.
Yeah.
And just it's okay if you say the same things. Just say it in your own words. You know, my God.
Well, those words were my words, but I mean, okay, all right, Miss Joni. Look, I hear you, and I understand that budgets are tight, and don't feel like the Lone Ranger. It's across the board with everybody. So again, I don't collect any money or anything like that. So what we're going to do, you did say you need the coverage. You really want the coverage. What's the main reason why you need it?
Well, because I mean, look at me. If my family doesn't have any money, I don't have any money. If something happened to me, they probably would just throw me out back, in the woods because they wouldn't have anything else to do. My cousin died a couple months ago, and I mean, she didn't get buried for a couple of weeks because nobody had any money. She didn't have any insurance. It was hard. It really was. So, I mean, honestly, I really don't know. But I also don't know how I can afford this either. I just don't know what to do.
Right. Well, like, your cousin not being buried. I mean, is for a few weeks, is that something that you would want?
I mean, I'll be dead, so
Gotcha. Yeah. But I mean, did you feel bad for your cousin?
Yeah. I mean, it was hard on him. It was hard on all of us, and we had to wait to have that funeral, and it was tough. It wasn't a good situation.
Well, good. And I'm sure the rest of your family, you don't want to put them in that same situation. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to fill out the application and see if we can get you approved. Okay. And as far as the budget, we'll cover that in a minute, but we'll find something that will fit your budget, because 90% of the people that I work with are on fixed incomes, whether it be disability, Social Security, combination, or whatever. So that's not a problem. We'll find something to fit in your budget. So let's get the application started.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get approved.
That was so tough. Joni, you were so smooth. I was ready to open my checkbook. Something's better than nothing. But what I liked about Doug is that he looked for the pressure points. He got in my feels. He got me to start thinking about why. And that is key whenever we're selling life insurance, is you have to paint a picture. Because it's so easy to say, oh, I don't have time, I don't need this right now. But once you start saying, what does it look like if you didn't come home last night? How is Joni going to pay, keep the lights on? Are the kids still going to be able to eat? That kind of thing. So with that being said, girls don't hate me, but I got to give it to Doug.
That's a tough one. Hey,
that
Kay,
was tough.
I'm glad you're on the hot seat as the judge, because if I was the judge,
yeah,
I'd be
great.
like,
Girls are going to hate me now.
I'm making myself the good person. Finally on the call. I'm not having to be the mean one. Now, that was hard. I feel like
that was really hard.
Either one of you would have sold that policy, and what I liked about what you guys both did is you really were compassionate with them. You didn't do what most agents do. Most agents would be like, well, we can't wait that long. You just need to do it. Like most agents would just be like focused so transactional, but you guys didn't even do that. You just basically ignored the objection and re-edified how important it was to that person. So hats off to both of you there. That was good. I'd have been sold. I'd have given you guys my checkbook. So all right, we are back to who's up next? Justin, you're up next, right?
Yep.
All right. Justin's up next. Joni, what you got for him?
All right. So we're at the end of the presentation. Even you're in the middle of the application, you've already got their affordability. They've already told you that they control their own finances. You're in the application. Now you're down to the infamous banking information page, and all of a sudden I don't do anything without talking to my kids first. I didn't know I was going to have to give you my bank information. You said I don't have to pay anything today. I'm not doing this. I got to talk to my kids about this. I mean, they would kill me if they knew I did something without talking to them first. I got to make sure this is the right thing to do. So I got to talk to them first.
Okay. No, I completely understand about talking to family. If someone came to my mom's house and was telling her to fill out all this information, and then all of a sudden they want their banking information, I would be the same way. So let's get your kids on the phone real quick. We'll just go over, tell them exactly what we're doing. It's no pressure situation here. So I want you to feel comfortable. I want your kids to feel comfortable, because I want them to know what we're doing in the situation here. So let's go give them a call real quick, and we'll get them on the line.
Yeah, but they're at work right now, and I definitely can't call them. Like she's a school bus driver. She's driving kids around right now. She can't answer the phone, and then she goes to work her second job tonight. I don't know when she's going to be home. It's hard to get her on the phone. I mean, I just don't know when we're going to be able to talk to her.
Okay, I completely understand. Well, hey, let's do this. If you would talk to your kids, what do you think that they might say if you're saying, hey, I'm trying to take out this insurance policy, and I'm doing it because I want to leave you guys some money to make sure you're protected for when I do pass? What do you think they would say? How do you think they would feel about that?
Well, I mean, they've always told me just not to worry about it, that they've got it taken care of. And, they don't want me to spend the little bit of Social Security money I get every month on that. They just told me they take care of it when the time comes.
Okay. I completely understand. Is that a burden that you really want to put on them, or is it something you just want to make sure that's protected?
Well, I mean, to be honest, my kids, I mean, they're working, they make money, and I don't have a whole lot of money. So if they're willing to take care of it, I'm fine with them taking care of it.
She's so good.
I would not want to be the agent who knocks on Joni's door or calls her.
I know, right?
It would be tough. She'd be hard. All right, that was good though. That was good, Justin. I like the rebuttal. Stephanie, what you got?
Sure. All right.
So
They're like saying everything we're gonna say. Can you say it one more time, Joni?
Yes. Okay. So you're in the presentation. You're past the presentation. You've got your affordability. You're in the application, and then you get to the banking information page, and then that's where you get pushed back. All of a sudden, everything's going great, but all of a sudden, they've got to talk to their kids about it because, right? Are we still on the kids one? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. They've got to talk to their kids about it because, I didn't know that I was going to have to give you any money today or any information like that. You told me I didn't have to pay for anything today. I got to talk to my kids. They'd kill me if I signed up for something without talking to them first.
Yeah. Well, Miss Joni, I understand that. I would want my kids to, I would want them to be part of these big decisions with me too. I said, let's just see if we can get one of them on the phone, and that way we can talk to them, and just go over it with them as well.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, my daughter, she drives that school bus. She's got like 50 kids on the school bus. She can't answer the phone, and then she goes straight to work at Dollar General right after that. So she can't have her phone. I don't know when we'll be able to talk to her. It's just, I just can't go through with this without talking to her first.
Yeah, and I understand that everybody's busy these days. Why don't we just see if let's see if we can get you approved, and then each company they'll give you a 30-day grace period. So after you talk to them, if you change your mind, we can always stop it. But at least that we'll go ahead and get it set in stone for you, and just make sure we can get you approved first because you might not even have to talk to them about anything.
Yeah, but I don't understand. Why do you have to have my bank account information just to get me approved? If I'm not
Yeah,
paying anything.
yeah, that's just part of the process. We just need to get that, and what? But we can how about let's just go over, go ahead and put that in there, and we'll get it set up for you, and that way you have something to talk to them about. It gives you plenty of time. You'll have, like I said, you'll have 30 days.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I did this once before, and an agent did the same thing, and the next thing I know, 2 days later, I've got a charge on my account, and it put me in overdraft. It messed everything up that month, and I just don't trust. This happened before, and I don't want to go through that again.
Yeah, I understand. That is definitely hard. They do give you a 30-day window to have the first payment start, so we can take it out as far as 30 days, and that way it gives you a whole 30 days to talk to your family. Because we don't want to leave you with anything, because I know that's really important to you.
All right. Well, just as long as you can show me that it's not going to draft until next month, and I've got plenty of time to talk this over with my family, then I guess we can see it. We can see if I can get approved.
Shoot, thank God, Joni.
Hey, that was good. I like how you guys keep going, right? Check it out. You guys know as well as me that when you're in the house or you're
That
on
is
the
the
phone,
truth.
this is what happens, and agents go out there and they're like, why is this not as easy as it seems? But this is why, right? So I love the rebuttals. Judge K, who do you think took it home?
oh my gosh, that was tough. I love how Stephanie was like a bulldog. She was not letting go. You were gonna tell her no, she was gonna keep pushing. I love that. This was really tough. However, I love the way that Justin he acknowledged the buttle, and then he pivoted in a way where he went back to basically, why is this important to you?
Mm-hmm.
So I got to give it to the men, and I hate this, girls, but
we got 3-0. Look at the men representing. 2025 is going to be the year that we take home the title. Maybe. What do you think, Doug, Justin? We're finally going to. It's been how many years? We've just got destroyed. So many years. But anyway, hey, I love
somebody
that
schooled
objection.
Justin this morning.
There you go. That's a hard one, guys. And look, the way you get around that one is by not feeling like you have to sell it, right? Like that client, if they feel like you don't care whether they buy it or not, they're more likely to go forward with it. But if you turn into like that pushy agent, then they're kind of thinking back to their past, right? Like Joni was talking about, happened to them before, got signed up. So this is one where you have to tell them to do the same objection they're giving you. Okay. And so what I'm going to say in this is I'm going to say, hey, look, Miss Betty, I was actually going to tell you to talk it over with your kids. I think that's super important. If anyone was trying to sell my mom something, I would want to know what it is too, right? So I've got some homework to do. My homework is I need to make sure that you can even get this thing, right? We don't know yet. So I need to do that. Your homework is schedule a time to talk it over with your kids, right? I know your kids are probably super busy. It's the middle of the workday, so we're not going to get them on the phone. Go ahead, schedule a time to talk it over with them. I'm going to get you approved and qualified for it. And then what we're going to do in like 2 weeks, I'm going to come back by once I have your booklet and we'll review it. Hopefully then we could even have one of your kids come by and I can introduce myself and talk to them too. Is that fair? Right. And so tell them to do the very thing they're wanting to do. And they're going to look kind of silly to be like, well, no, Justin, I need to talk it over with my kids. You're like, well, Miss Betty, I just told you to talk it over with your kids. Right. But you got to lead them right into the application. So beat every objection. The bank account's going to be a big one. So, hey, I need some homework, get you approved on this. Hey, go get a voided check and your driver's license just so I could verify all your information to go ahead and get this pushed through for you. Also, what's your kid's phone number? I'm going to jot it down in case you want me to give him a call, right? Just be assumptive with it and go the whole way. So love that one. Hey, we've got time for one more. So let's go. Who's up next? Jody, you're up next, right?
Yeah.
Jody's on the hot seat.
Come on, Jody.
I haven't done this yet, but I do just want to add on, Brian, to what you just said. In that situation, especially when I've been doing telesales over the phone, there's some companies, GTL is one of them, I think maybe Trans, where you get an immediate electronic policy, especially like GTL for instance. So for the companies that do that, or where they send you a copy of the application, like with Mutual of Omaha and Transamerica, you can save it. I feel like, would you agree, Ryan? Would that be something good in that situation or any situation where you're having big objections to save that and email that to them so that they have a copy of what you just did?
Definitely. That's a great tip, Joni. I love that idea because a big reason that people are talking, I want to talk it over with my kids, guys, 95% of the time, that's really not the objection. The objection is like, they're unsure of, is this legit? Am I getting scammed? What exactly is this? Is it what I wanted? And so if you can verify and validate that, like Joni just said, and send them a copy, like, hey, Miss Betty, I've got some homework to do. I'm going to get you qualified. I'm actually going to email you a copy of everything we did today so you have it to review with your kids. But before I can even email that to you, we need to go through this process real quick. That's like a perfect entry into going through the application. So that's a great tip.
Cool. All right, Jody, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, this is going to be a two-part, so just get ready.
Joni's thinking back to when they were kids and Jody made her mad as sister. So she's like, I'm going to get her the big one here.
No idea what she used to do with me. She's older than me, believe it or not. Yes, she was not always the nicest. Payback time. Right. No, but okay, the first part is we'll walk up to the door. We haven't done anything outside of the house yet. Knock, knock, knock. Who are you? Why are you here?
Oh, okay. Well, hey, Miss Joni, I'm Jody. I'm with the Senior Benefits Group, and I help with the final expense programs. And I got this information.
Oh my God, are you serious? You guys are back again? I told you.
I have, honey. I know so many people probably have come by, but it has not been me. So, is this your birthday? Is your birthday March 3rd? What is your birthday? March 19th, 1983?
Yeah, but I mean, I've already told y'all, take me off that list. I've got everything I need. Just stop coming by.
Oh, I will. Don't even worry about it. I'm going to go turn off my car, and I'll come back, and we'll talk all about it. Don't even worry. I'll be right back. Wrap it up.
Okay. So now we're in the house or on the porch, whatever. You've done your presentation, and I mean, I know I told you I was already covered. I just got something a couple of weeks ago. They haven't even sent me the policy in the mail yet. I haven't even made my first payment, but I did it over the phone. I called. I think it was like Mutual of Omaha or something. They gave me a really good rate. I'm just good. I don't need to do this again. I don't want to go through it again. I'm fine.
I am so glad that you already have coverage. First of all, you should be so proud that you have already done that for your family. What I do is I typically talk to people that already have coverage. And what I do is I help make sure that you've got the best plan possible, that you're not paying too much, that you have the right amount of coverage. That, a lot of times when you call into a Mutual of Omaha, they will automatically put you on a 2-year wait. And I just want to make sure, we want to see how healthy you are, see what I'll go through all. Did you say I already went through the presentation?
Mhm.
Okay. So since I already know what you can be approved for, you're so healthy. You are approved with Mutual of Omaha, but without a 2-year wait. It is
But they told me this was my rate was never going to change. That this was going to last forever. I mean, they didn't say anything about a 2-year wait. I don't think I have a 2-year wait.
Oh, I know. So what we're going to do is I'm going to call them real quick. We're just going to, we're going to look over this whole policy because this is what I do. I literally love what I do. I get to help people understand what these policies mean. You called it in, you did the best thing, but what they will not tell you is that you will be on a 2-year wait. What I'm here to do is to really help you. I am here to help your family, to help you not to have to be on a 2-year wait. And so, yeah, just going to get them on the phone. It's super simple.
What does that mean, that 2-year wait? I don't understand.
So there is when you call into Mutual of Omaha, honestly, I don't know why they have this. I need to maybe ask them for real, Joni. I don't know the reason why they do this. But when you call, let's say you call in to Mutual of Omaha, they will automatically put you on a 2-year graded. So that means that for the first 2 years of your policy, if you happen to die within the first 2 years, your family will only receive the return of premium plus 10%. I believe that's correct with Mutual, but I can give them a call just to double check with everything. But what I'm here to tell you is that I can help you not have a 2-year wait. You will have something
I
called.
might be paying into something that if I die, it's not going to pay to my family?
Yes. Well, you are going to get returned a premium plus 10%, which that is something. And if you were, since we've already gone through your health, you are so healthy. You never, ever, ever need to be in a 2-year wait. I need to help you get out of this.
All right. Well, let's call them and just figure it out and see what it is.
Done.
Jody's like sold. Gotcha. I like it. All right, Dougie Fresh. Sorry, Doug. I kind of did you a disservice putting you behind Jody like this.
It's okay. It's okay.
Let's see. How you gonna beat it? How you gonna come back from it?
So we start. Go ahead.
And you guys keep coming by. What is happening? I've told you to stop. I've told you to take you off my list. I've got coverage. I'm fine. I don't need anything.
Great. Hey, you mean somebody else came by and they had this form just like this one?
Yeah, all the time.
Wow. I'm the only person that was supposed to get this information out here too. I'm the only person. There must have been some kind of your system must have got hacked. Hey, no problem. Look, I tell you what, I'm gonna shut my car off. I'm gonna go over this information and I'll take you off my list for sure.
Yeah, talk about hacked. My bank account got hacked last month. I don't have any money and it's all gone. I'm working on that.
Hey, no worries. No worries. I'm just gonna cover this information. I don't collect any money. You want to sit right here on the porch or you want to sit inside? It's kind of cold outside today.
Well, I guess we'll sit right here because that way it'll go faster. It's too cold out here.
Nice. Good. Okay.
That was awesome. Judge K, you got a tough one. What
Well,
do you think?
I got part two.
Hold on, we got part two.
Oh, okay.
We got part two.
I
Okay.
was ready to drop the hammer.
All right.
So you called Mutual of Omaha, right? That's where we're at.
I just got a policy 2 weeks ago. I was on the phone with them for an hour. It took forever, but they got it done. They said my policy is going to be in the mail any day. It was really cheap. It was like $35. I got $15,000. It's all I need. I don't want to do this again. I'm good.
Good deal. Hey, that's awesome that you gave them a call and did that. Do you remember today? Was there a bunch of questions that they asked you about your health?
No, they didn't ask me anything. They said I was automatically going to get approved.
Gotcha. Well, you noticed when a few minutes ago that I was, kind of asking you a few health questions here and there to determine whether or not you would be qualified for a plan that would begin immediately. Do you remember me asking those questions?
Yeah, but what do you mean begin immediately? They said this was beginning next month.
Right. So they quite often Mutual Omaha will, and no fault to them, but they'll use the terms that your policy is active, and what that means is the 2-year clock is start. And let me explain what the 2-year clock means. So you have a car?
Well, it got repoed last month.
Okay. Well, so if you went to an insurance company to get your car insurance, and they said, well, you have to pay on this insurance every month for the next 2 years, but if you get in a wreck, we're not going to cover anything. You would probably go somewhere else and get your car insurance, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Look, I'm not 100% sure if Mutual Omaha put you in that type of plan or not. Well, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to call them and we're going to find out and make sure.
All right, I guess it's worth trying and at least finding out.
That was strong. I like that analogy. I like that.
That was really strong. That was really good. If I could just real quick, Jody, the reason that Mutual of Omaha, if a client calls in, is because they're on a 2-year waiting period. And I asked this, I ran it by them, is because they don't have an agent like you standing in the gap. So they have to go on a 2-year guaranteed because the insurance company doesn't have eyes on that person. That's what I was told.
Right. You could be on your deathbed breathing oxygen. They have no idea.
Right. And it's a direct to consumer product. So the only people that can sell that particular GI, to my knowledge, can sell the guaranteed issue product from Mutual of Omaha is Mutual of Omaha agents that work directly for them. So like we can sell the graded product in other states, not North Carolina, but the actual GI product, I don't think any brokers are able to sell. Is that right, Ryan?
Yeah, that's right, Joni. Yeah. And it's a marketing thing too, guys, because picture, that's the beautiful thing about Omaha. They have so many different products. They do direct to consumer, they do through brokerages. But with that product, just like Kay said, these people are getting a mailer that says guaranteed approval. Just fill out your information. They can do that because they're not field underwriting, but it's an automatic 2-year wait. And it does say it on there, but you guys know how people, nobody reads the fine print, so, but I love that. Kay, what do you think? Who's taking this?
It was really tough, but I gotta say Jody got this one. She was so smooth and sweet, and she's cute, and I would just let her in just because she came to the door.
That's exactly what happens all the time.
Just that hair. I gotta give me a wig like that.
What if yesterday you had somebody that didn't even live there, right? Your last sale, and Jody's like, whatever, I can help anybody, and walks right in.
Like a boss. That's called boss status, Jody.
Well, it's called I know I can help everybody. I mean,
Jody.
That's a good point, though, guys. As we wrap up this call, look at the confidence from all of these agents. You got Doug, Stephanie, Justin, Jody. All of them were confident. None of them were like, oh, but you filled this lead out. Why didn't you want it? And timid. None of you guys were timid, right? You guys were all confident. And that's all you have to do, because people can sense that, right? Like they can sense when you're kind of trying to like talk around their objection, or when you just hit it head on and go for it. And I think if you hit it head on, you're going to help more people. You're going to have a lot less chargebacks because you're transparent. You're not just like signing them up and they don't know, whatever. So the confidence is huge. So I love that. Hey, as we close out this call, you guys have all crushed it last year. You're off to a great start this year. What's one tip you have for an agent, to have a big second half of this week? Doug, you go first. What's one tip?
Just don't quit today, quit tomorrow, keep going. Tell yourself, I'm gonna quit, but I'm gonna quit tomorrow.
There you go.
So when tomorrow comes, you say I'm gonna quit tomorrow. So that day never comes.
Like it. What about you, Stephanie? What's a tip you have?
I say just be prepared. Like you have to be prepared to go out in the field. You got to have your leads together. You got to, be on that schedule that you set for yourself.
That's money right there. What about you, Justin?
Self accountability. Find a way to hold yourself accountable every single day, and with that accountability will come action.
Amen to that. What about you, Jody?
Let's see. I say to have fun doing this. Also, don't be so hard on yourself. Just know that I have so many people that say no, and I just say, okay, that's the one I get to check off, and I go to the next, and it's so okay. And even if someone doesn't live there, just say, it's okay. I can help anyone at this address.
That's awesome. I thought your tip was going to be to get like a wig, so everybody looks like you. Like get a cardboard cutout of Jody and walk up to the door with it. All right.
I need some hair. Come on.
There you go. What about you, Judge K? What you got for everybody?
I've been kind of stuck on this as the beginning of the year is consistency. It's so easy to let, people and things get in our way and we get sidetracked, especially if you're at home and the virtual, family, it just, kitchen, the fridge is close. Mm-hmm. Consistency, just determine that I'm not going to get off my seat until I make a certain amount of dials, or, I'm not going to hang up until just consistency. If you are consistent, the numbers speak for themselves and it's going to pay off. It's the, what's it called? The law of large numbers. It's been proven again and again. Look at all these top producers on here. They can prove it. So if we just emulate what they're doing, we will be successful.
That's gold. Love that tip. And last but certainly not least, the back-to-back agent of the year. Joni, what's your tip for everybody?
So I would say, on this call, especially today, we chatted mostly about objections inside the house. But you got to get in the house to even get to the presentation, to get to an application. So I think, talking about the door approach and, walking up to the door, Ryan, you've said it before, acting like you are a UPS, FedEx delivery person, walk up with some pep in your step and like you're supposed to be there and you're just there. Oh, hey, da da da. And I just always am kind of light and airy and flighty, kind of personality when I'm walking up to the door. I'm not very serious and with good energy. But also, if you are not telling them, I'm going to go turn my car off, or I'm going to go grab my folder, or I'm going to go grab my things, I'll be right back. If you are a newer agent or even a seasoned agent and you are not doing that, because I hear a lot of people tell me that they are not doing that when they've been doing this for a long time, but they're not necessarily successful. To me, that is the number one thing that at least today, just try it. Every single house, whenever you verify their information, okay, perfect. I'm going to run to my car, get my stuff. I'll be right back. Just do it because it works. That is what gets you in the door so that you can get to the presentation and you can get to the application. Because standing there and waiting for them to say, oh yeah, come on in, stranger that just showed up at my door unannounced, it's not going to happen. So with that authority, assuming your way in the door, Jody does it the best. I thought I was good. Jody totally now is way better than me. And she is excellent at that. And because she just assumes it. Oh, well, I'm going to go get your stuff. You're on my list. I'm here to talk to you. I'm here. You're here. This is what we're doing. I'm going to turn around and then I'll be right back. So, and take it from me, in the beginning, when I first started about 3.5 years ago, I thought that was the stupidest thing to do.
I remember that. I remember you being like, why would I do that? I don't
do that. Is, like, you want me to leave my car on, go up here? I was like, I'm not doing it. That is just, and then, of course, I tried to do it my own way, and I didn't know what I was doing and didn't do well. And eventually did do the turnaround and I'll be right back. So it's so basic, and it's really going back to the very first thing you do when you're trying to get in a house, when you're in the field door knocking. So that is my tip. If you don't turn around and say, I'll be right back, at least try it today and tomorrow and the rest of the week. See how it goes, and it will make a difference, I promise. And you will get into more doors and be able to do more presentations.
That's phenomenal. Love that tip, Joni. Thank you guys for sharing. Everybody on the call, appreciate you guys for watching and tuning in. To all of you guys that volunteered to come on today, Thank you, guys. It's been an awesome call. Guys, go back and rewatch it over and over and over again when you're working today. Listen to how they talk and try to sound them like them. I know that leaving this call, Justin's going to try to make his voice sound just like Jody's so he can beat the objections, right? So, guys, we appreciate you for tuning in. We will be back here on Friday. Let's go have a big day today.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. How do I get that hit?